Welcome to Garage Sales Unhinged.
where the characters are as quirky as the finds.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jake.
Join us as we dive into the wild world of garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, and anywhere secondhand sales are happening.
From bizarre bargains to hilarious haggles.
You won't believe the stories we've got lined up.
Let's get unhinged.
Hi, Jacob. Do you want to say
You look like
something?
you're doing well. How's the summer treating you so far?
It's not summer. Is it summer? Is it still spring?
I don't
When
know.
is summer?
I don't know. I've never been clear on that.
Hold on. Let me ask the
Like, I
internet.
felt like it's when it's hot as hell or hot as balls, and there's a seasonal difference between those two.
Well, so, wow, the internet doesn't even know. The start of summer, it's summer, it's on summer solstice. I feel like you should know that, my little wizard. I don't know. Hippie? I don't know. It's June 21st or the 22nd.
Oh, that's the start of summer?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think that's when you can balance an egg on its like apex. I don't know.
What?
Have you never heard that?
That,
Of like,
now that's some wizardry right there.
hold on.
Balance an egg in this economy?
So it's also the start of our 5th season as a podcast. So hooray for us. We have not been canceled yet.
Had a great break, refreshed, did some stretching. How did you spend your summer break, Julie?
I went on a lot of trips. I've been traveling a lot. I turned a year older. So I cheated death for another year. Screw you, death. Yeah, I decorated some more of my home office. I slept. Yesterday, you want to know what I did yesterday?
No, but let's have it.
I was at the gym. I had a personal training session and I dropped a weight on my big toe.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, so we will
Well,
find
you were like
out.
repping out with some 90s. Is that what happened?
No, I was doing the whole exercise wrong and my trainer diverted her eyes for a quick second. Like I'm a toddler in the gym, right? She diverted her eyes for a quick second and I smashed the weight down onto my toe. But this is a good teaser for people to like stay listening to the podcast because I have a feeling in a couple of weeks we're gonna find out if I lose the toenail or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's some riveting stuff. People like I'll tell you this. I've joked about it before, but seriously, if you do want to keep up with Julie's toe situation and get the latest on the toenail development as it occurs, subscribe to our Patreon and you can find out more about the totality of the whole thing. And
we still don't have a Patreon. Don't send people there.
what was you talking about like a dumbbell here? What was the weight? What happened?
It was a hammer, like like there's a big round ball on the end of a long pole. And I
Oh,
was
like a
supposed to be-
mace?
Yeah, and I was supposed to be like swinging it over my shoulder to like land on the big tire, and I was not doing it the form properly. Yeah, I'm very much a toddler in the gym. It's fine.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So wait, you're going to a gym where you're like whacking the giant tire with hammers and stuff. What the heck?
Not by choice. My trainer thinks it's a good idea for me to do it. So when I'm just working out by myself, I don't do that. So
No.
yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sorry to kind of like laugh, but are you hobbling around? Are you getting around okay?
Yeah, I'm getting around okay. There's just a lot of pressure on under the toenail. So I'm taking my my Tylenol and I'm icing it in the evenings whenever I can prop my foot up. Right now I'm wearing flip-flops, so yay for warmer weather and me not freezing my feet off. But tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym, so we're gonna see how it is whenever I actually put on socks and shoes again.
Oof.
It'll be fine. So I did look up the whole egg thing, balancing an egg, and it's a myth. It says people often claim that you can only balance an egg on their end during the spring sorry, not the summer. So spring equinox or sometimes the summer solstice do the sun and earth's gravitational pull, but it's a myth. But anyway, whatever.
How did
Do
the
it,
eggs
kids.
know?
It's
That'd be
crazy.
my question. Is like, are the eggs in on this? Are they aware of the calendar date? How would they
Chicken
know?
conspiracy. I like it. I like it a lot. So what'd you do during our break?
Oh, the same thing. Just
Smashed your
I still
toe,
have all
traveled a lot?
still have all 10 toes. Yep.
Well, but do you have all 10 toenails? That's the differentiating piece there.
You know, I think it was years ago that I shut a finger in a car door, and this was back when car doors were just, like, entirely metal and very heavy, and it was, the Pontiac that
Yeah.
our brother handed down,
Yep.
and, like, complete like, it shut on my fingertip, and no, 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 wait. No, it wasn't that. I dropped a weight on it too. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, it runs in the family.
Yep. I dropped the weight and it kind of smashed the fingernail between the weight and the kind of the rack where you put all the dumbbells.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, it took a little bit, but eventually that fingernail had to go away.
Ew.
And it's strange. Like obviously they grow back, but I don't really remember keeping up with the process. I guess it's one of those things that you try not to look at and think about. But it's kind of amazing that the body will just, oh yeah, like we got another one of those somewhere. Here you go. You know?
Magically growing nails. Um, I will say yesterday, so I just had a pedicure done like last week. And so my toenails looking pretty good. Like if I was doing a feet finder thing, like I'd probably be making some good money off a feet finder.
That's another Patreon exclusive.
Mm. And I decided last night, like, hey, I could feel this pressure building up underneath my toenail. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and remove this beautiful toenail polish that my nail salon put on me. And just to see like how bad was the damage, because like the toenail polish was covering up all the damage, right? It took me a while to remove it because again, fresh pedicure, the polish is
Man,
still pretty thick on there. And so it took me a while of like getting it off. And I'm glad that I did so I could see like what I'm working with. But also I showed the late before this, I went to the liquor store to go get some supplies. And the lady that
are you
was
saying before? I'm sorry. Did you go to the liquor store before you worked on your nail, or before you went to the gym?
before this recording.
Okay, okay, okay.
And the cashier was complimenting me on the color of my toenail polish. She could only see one foot. And I was like, oh, I got to show you this other thing. So I showed her my other
Oh,
foot where I'm just missing the toenail polish from my big toe and it's all black and everything underneath it. I was like, I dropped a weight on my toe yesterday. And she was like, oh my God.
you know, I hope you can appreciate that you became one of the stories for that person that you work
Yeah.
in a liquor store and this lady comes in and shows me her foot and
For free,
specifically so
folks.
I can see her diseased zombie toe. Yeah.
Well, I told her, I said, I removed the toenail polish to see what I was working with, but also if I had to go to the ER, they were going to have to remove the nail polish as well. So by me doing it at home, I probably saved myself $800 of a hospital
Mhm.
bill of removing toenail polish.
Yep, that's one that insurance does not cover.
Oh, our healthcare is great. So, but Jacob, I digress. We are not talking about any of this today.
Cool.
Because what we are going to talk about is something that I did 2 weekends ago.
Okay.
And I don't know if they listened to our podcasts. And if they didn't, shame on them. Are you planning a garage sale, yard sale, or estate sale and need some help? Look no further than Garage Sale Supply. They provide top notch resources and expert advice to help you host the perfect sale. From pricing tips to promotional strategies, they've got you covered. Visit garagesalesupply.com and make your next sale a success. But one street over, I left my house one day, it was Saturday, to go run errands. And I did a very hard, sharp left, like Dukes of Hazzard style, one street over from my house because I saw the garage sale sign that
Okay.
said 5 houses, garage sales.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. The
So
pentasale.
one street over there, it ends in a cul-de-sac, and all the houses on the cul-de-sac were doing garage sales on the same weekend, and they
It's a
were all
sack sale.
promoting each other's, sale and all that stuff, so it was great to go over there, well organized, and also because they're on a cul-de-sac, like, where do you park, right? So, like, everyone that was coming to their sale,
Mhm.
like, the cul-de-sac was full, and so it's also a great way of, like, coordinating with your neighbors, making sure that they're okay with people parking in random spots, where the cul-de-sac is not usually that heavily trafficked, um, but it was great. So, I got some items from the garage sales.
You got some
So
sack items. You got some sack swag. All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Well, and it was also too, as I was talking to these folks, and I mean, they live a street over. I've never visited with the neighbors in this cul-de-sac area. And so it was good to like meet some people in the neighborhood. Lovely people, lovely people. Several of them had just moved into the neighborhood. So like they were what one house had this beautiful ornate hutch, like buffet furniture. It was massive, like, it had to be probably a ton, like, it looked heavy, just solid wood and all this stuff, and I was looking at it, and it took up a big portion of their garage, and I was like, "Eh, did that come with the house?" People that live there, they said, "Yeah, when we bought the house," and they had moved in about a year ago, they said, "When we bought the house, I fell in love with the furniture, and the previous, homeowners, they wanted to move it out, but where they were gonna move it to, it didn't fit in their new place. And
Mhm.
so the previous owners and the new owners worked out a deal so they got to keep the hutch, but now they wanna remodel and everything, and they're like, "Yeah, the hutch doesn't really go with what we're working with." And so they were trying really hard to sell it, and I'm going, there's no way for me to get it to my house, even if my house is just a few doors down.
Right.
Um and yeah, it was massive, and part of me, like, it looked like it belonged in, like, a medieval castle situation.
Really? So it's like
Yeah.
this dark wood and a lot of carved.
Yes.
This is like old school furniture.
Yes, old school furniture, and, but, so I went to 3 of the 5 garage sales. One of the garage sales, the neighbor had already closed up for the day. And the neighbors were like, "Oh, well, she's an older lady. She's pushing 90." And it was starting to get hot during the day. So she went to go lay down. So she closed her garage sale early. I was like, well, yeah, I get it. I would too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but one of the things I got, and I'm going to show you, and if people are interested in seeing this, they can see it on our Instagram page at Garage Sales Unhinged. And it's a little piggy bank. Like it's so
That's
cute.
yeah.
So
So what Julie's holding up here is kind of your standard cartoony piggy bank. It's I'm not sure if that's hand painted or not, but looks like it's handcrafted. But yeah, simple, kind of exaggerated, cartoony looking pig, tiny little black eyes. It's cute.
yeah. So, I love the saying, "When pigs fly," because it means the impossible happened. And I think,
Okay.
like for me, it's such a inspirational saying, and I know like people use it in an off-color way of like, yeah, that'll happen when pigs fly. But
Mhm.
also, whenever you're like, for me, I work for myself, and I want to do big. I have big goals, big dreams, and part of me is going, yeah, when pigs fly, that stuff is going to happen, and it just means I made the impossible happen. So, I have I have little remnants of pigs flying around my house and the yard, yada yada yada. So for this thing, you are correct in that it is hand painted because whenever I said, "Hey, I want to buy that," um, the daughter of the homeowner was there, and she's probably mid 30s or so, the daughter, and she looked at her mom. She goes, "Mom, didn't so and so give that to you?" And the mom kind of looked at it. She goes, "She sure did." And she goes, "And you're selling it?" And the mom's like,
Oh.
"Yep." And
Oh.
there's a sticker on it for $2, and I asked him like, "Hey, would you take $1 for it?" "Yep, sure will." I'm like, "Man, I probably could have offered 50 cents, but it's okay."
Yeah.
Um, So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean it up. I don't know if I'm going to repaint it, but I am going to put wings on this little pig and it'll live in my home office somewhere. So
Very nice. So it's kind of your reminder to be aspirational and believe in it. Believe in everything you're going for.
yeah. And it's also a then I get to turn it into like some upcycled art for my home office. So I
Very
really like
cool. I like the part of that story where like you're wow, you're selling that? I thought like that was really important. So and so gave that to you. And like that's how you find out, like, actually I can't stand your Uncle Charlie. Most annoying man in the world.
the garage
I've
sales
always heard
really
this
bring
way.
out the garage
Yeah.
sales really bring out the family drama.
Yeah.
And then another thing I bought, and I've purchased this type of thing before, is it's a 500-piece puzzle set of downtown Nashville.
Holy smokes. And what is it is that in a tin? Like
No,
like it's in
it's
a
in
tin
a
or is that a box?
it's a box and it's like it's
Oh,
wrapped in like a map. So like the you might think it's 10, but it's just like a brown piece of paper
okay.
map thing.
Okay, yeah.
So
500 pieces. Did you count them?
well, so here's the thing, and I do this every single time. And I like to live on the edge. And I have bought puzzles before from secondhand sales. And I always ask, like, are all the pieces in there? And whenever I did that at an estate sale, of course, the estate sale person's going, I hope so. I'm like, whoa, no. With this house, I asked them, I was like, are all the pieces in there? And they're like, we don't know. So the daughter got into puzzling during COVID. And
Mm.
she's like, I'm selling them. Like, I have way too many puzzles now, and I'm not really puzzling that much anymore. My friends and I, we love to share puzzles. So, like, this won't always live at my house. It'll be on rotation with all my friends that also like to puzzle. And so, whenever I asked, I'm like, hey, are all the puzzle pieces in there? And they kind of looked at each other. I said, I know where you live. I will come back here and get it. And they started laughing. This puzzle has actually never been opened.
Oh,
So if not all 500 pieces are in there, I can contact
your manufacturer problem.
Dowdle Puzzles and I will rip them a new one. So
Mm.
I need all 500. So it looks like a fun scene. It should be a good time for me to put a puzzle together.
You used it a few times in describing that purchase, and I just want to ask you about it. I've never heard the term puzzle used as a verb. And you say that there are puzzlers and puzzling. I do puzzling. She's not into puzzling anymore. I've never heard that. Is that kind of standard? You're part of the puzzling community? Is that how you guys refer to yourselves?
That's how I refer to myself. I don't care what other people do. Well, okay. Okay, Mr.
I don't
Wordsmith.
know. I'm
What?
not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's new to me. It's like, oh, well, yeah. Oh, back when I was in the puzzling game, things were real. You had to puzzle with one hand and knife fight with the other.
So puzzle can be
It's a
okay. I pulled
commercial
it up.
now.
Merriam-Webster dictionary defines it as. So puzzle can be a verb or it can be a noun.
Well, yeah, like I've been puzzled, right? But I didn't know puzzling was like the hobbyist term.
Yeah, I don't know
We
what.
look, COVID brought us all to a lot of weird places, and that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
But yes,
I always use it as a verb. But I'm fascinated by. Have you ever seen um the competitive puzzling?
no, what?
Oh, Jacob, I want to do this so bad. If you ever want to get me into a fist fight, this is how you do it. So,
Competitive puzzling.
yes. So competitive puzzling is that you can do it. There's probably solo events, there's teaming events. You can do it with a partner, you can do it with a group of 4 people. Like and they have tournaments. I so need to do this. So everyone is given, a 500-piece puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle. I don't know. I've never looked at the rules or anything. And you're in a big room, and every team has their own table, and you have to complete the puzzle, and like the first team that completes the puzzle wins or moves to the next round or whatever it is. But now they're making it into like, think about it like bar trivia night, right? But
Okay.
now they do it with, you have to complete a puzzle, you have to finish so many slices of pizza, and you have to drink so many beers. And like this is now becoming a thing at some bars that they have puzzling competition, but you have to do these other things in addition to completing the puzzle. And I love it. I love it so much. Mm.
So, what is it that you like about puzzling? I guess I'll go ahead and like embrace the term here.
Jacob, that's not even a real word. God. No. Um, what do I like about it? So, okay. You're familiar with ASMR, right? Like there's certain
Yeah,
things.
the erotic audio experience where women whisper, about their makeup products. Yes.
Okay. So I know what you're into now. So that is one thing. Another ASMR type thing is pimple popping.
Oh God!
Yeah,
I thought ASMR is always an audio thing.
it's not always an audio thing.
Okay, thank God, because you said that, and I went, whoa, oh,
No. So,
oh my
but
God! It's
it,
just kind of like it's like the sound, like the sound equivalent of when you would bite into a gusher candy. It's that.
I'm never gonna put another gusher candy in my mouth again.
Oh my God!
But
No, what?
it's
I'm
kind of
sorry.
like,
Wait. You are into some really freaky stuff. I need you right now to stop recording and go clear your browser history, please.
hey, we do not shame ASMR stuff. Um, but
So, like, I always thought it was about people whispering and you're getting like, just, frankly, just horny whisper sounds. You're saying it's not all audio.
it's so ASMR stands for autonomous sensory meridian response. It's a
Okay.
euphoric experience triggered by specific acoustic or visual stimuli. So for me, puzzling is that visual stimuli, like whenever two puzzle pieces snap together, like in my Jacob making all the faces of the rainbow
Well, I'm
right
sorry.
now.
You kind of, when you said when the two pieces, puzzle pieces snap together and you kind of brought your fingers, first you did the hand motion. And then you clarify this is me putting a puzzle together, not me squeezing a big zip. Like that's it was the same motion. And I think I understand now why you like puzzling.
it it does something to my brain that it is calming to my brain of like, oh, everything fits together, it's all like one big picture. There's also the sense of accomplishment of like, hey, I worked on this thing and it's all done. um I'm not the type of person that like puts it together and then laminates it and then I have to hang it on my wall. No, the second I'm done, I break it up and put it back in the box and give it to somebody else. So,
You're like so much for that peace of mind. Everything is chaos. Yeah.
um, but like so whenever I go to my friend's place and we do puzzles on the weekend, and it's like we do it as a group and it's fun. Like you may be doing certain things around the house and then you stop by the puzzle table and you put a couple pieces together and then you go on to the next thing. And it just does something to my brain that I'm like, "Oh, that feels nice. That feels good."
Yeah.
There's no struggle with it. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels good.
It's kind of it can be a passive thing that you continue to add to and that yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
no,
so
before you show us the next item, I really did have a thought. It's like competitive puzzling is a really fruitful thing that I feel like we could burn a lot of time on. But I'm wondering how competitive and formal is that? Is there like an ESPN 14 where they're showing puzzle competitions?
it's on YouTube and stuff like that.
No, that makes it legit. Okay.
Yeah. So I was actually I was going on a trip and ran into a lady in the Admirals Club at the airport one time, and she had a bag full of puzzles. And I had to ask her, I was like, "Are you a competitive puzzler?" And she looked and she was probably pushing 80. 75 to
No,
80.
you don't want that. Don't want that. No, no. When you're like, I'm into what you guys are into. Yeah.
Oh no, that is my crowd. I am very much ready to, man,
Cool.
I'm ready for the senior center. Like I can do it. Um, and she said, in fact, I am. She said, I just got back from the international puzzling competition.
Whoa.
She went to Germany to compete with her group.
Holy cow.
And
What?
I said, that is amazing. I've always wanted to like do a competition. I want to do a tournament. And she said, oh, and I was like, you must be really good. She goes, oh no, we're not. We're horrible. I said, how did you get to go to the international competition? She's like, you just fill out an application and went. I was like, oh. But she said they're going to change the rules because like anyone could go, you could apply, you could go. And she said now they're going to change the rules to where you have to do like local competitions, regional competitions,
Mm,
state competitions, country
semi-regionals.
competitions.
Then, like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so now I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be on like ESPN Plus someday of like because yeah. And she said like the team from Austria like kicked everyone's butt and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." But
Figures. Yeah. They were doping. We know it.
it was her and 3 other ladies, and she's like, "We had the best time. It was just so much fun." So,
That's so cool.
um, another thing that I got at the garage sale was this book called My Best Friend's Exorcism. Can you see that?
That is, yeah, that's kind of awesome. Describe it.
The book kind of gives me it gives me a sense of Stranger Things, the visuals of it.
Wow.
So it's from the New York Times bestselling author Grady Hendrix. Never heard of Grady Hendrix. Um, It was also made into a movie because apparently there's a VHS of it. I don't own it. For those that are not familiar, do we know what VHS stands for?
It's an ancient technology. Uh, Man, no, I don't. Surely the V is video. Is the H
It's a
high
fun fact.
fidelity, or what is it short for? I'm gonna
Video
say
home.
video home system.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on the book itself, it has it's printed on here. It's not a sticker, but it looks like a sticker. It has the be kind, please rewind sticker. So
And
it
if you
was
didn't, back in the day, if you would rent a VHS tape and not rewind it when you were done with it and returned it, you'd face an additional fee,
yeah.
which was, a good, like, it was nice kind of a proto effort at companies just despising their customers. We've perfected that model now, but that's what it used to look like. Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm gonna have to I haven't read the book yet. I just bought it because the cover art was interesting. The
It
book
it
is
is it is kind of Stranger Things. It's got the 80s feel going. It's a lot of neon. It's a lot of neon and black. So it's both bright and dark. So yeah, it's cool.
well, and like I thought this book was older than what it actually is. It's copyrighted 2016, so it's only
Oh
10 years
man.
old.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna read it, and yeah, we'll see how this. The back of it from Bustle. I don't know if you're familiar with the. I'm guessing it's a magazine or publication. Bustle. It says this book packs all the magic of a summer horror flick. So I'm
Oh,
going on a
wow.
beach trip soon, and maybe I'll read this on my beach trip.
Well, you better read it before the end of June, as we know now.
Yes, yes.
Or yeah. Or no, you can't read it until then, because then the eggs will be standing at attention to hear you reading it.
Wow, you really just shoved all of that together. Um, so, and then the last thing I bought at this mammoth garage sale extravaganza, I don't know how to really explain it, but I got 3 of
I
them.
don't e- You got 3 of them?
I did.
Are they
So,
identical?
yes, they're all identical.
Okay.
So they are half moon, I want to say like wicker type decor that goes on a wall. They can be hung outdoors, so I'm actually redoing my side garden, and so I'm going to use it as decoration outside in my side garden. Uh, but yeah, so I looked them up. I think if you bought them, retail price was $17 and for each one, and I got 3 of them for $5. So I felt like I
Nice.
struck gold, and I'm constantly looking for things that I can hang up on my walls in my side garden to kind of jazz it up. So whenever I kill plants, it doesn't look like it's so lonely out there. But yeah, that's what I
And
did at
that's not a
my
small piece
neighborhood.
either. That's a big piece too. You got 3 of
Yeah,
them.
it's probably, I don't know, 2.5 feet across and about a foot and a half tall. And it's a half moon type thing. So again, I'll post the pictures of them on our Instagram, and people can see what I got. But again, the couple that was doing that garage sale, the wife was heavily pregnant, and it looked like they were trying to make some space for either
Mm.
renovation of baby room or getting the house ready, nesting type things. So I was happy to take those off their hands, and I can either put them in my house or I can put them in the side yard.
Can I make a request
Nope.
that somewhere on either you're talking about our Instagram, but the more appropriate place might be our Patreon. If you would, you're going to read this book, write your review and post it. We'd
There's no
love to know what you
Patreon.
think.
There's no
Oh,
Patreon. No. But
there
now
is.
that you know what? I mean, I bought this book and I didn't look up anything about it. I also came really close to, because they had a lot of modern, like fictional books, and I came really close to seeing if I could haggle, like for 10 books, can I buy them all for like $1.25? And then I would have taken them right over to a resale bookshop and see if I could have gotten a little bit more for them.
You probably
But
could have, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, that's part of the game for a lot of people that hit garage sales.
You know, okay, so my best friend's Exorcism was turned into a movie in 2022, and the genre of it is horror and comedy. Oh, and this is very promising. Um, on Goodreads, it has a rating of 3.9, and on Amazon, it has a rating of 4.4, and almost 12,000 people have rated it. So I feel like I'm on the right path here.
Do you feel like I mean, I'm not clear on what the scale is on those ratings. Is that both out of 10?
No, no. Amazon is it's on a 5-star rating, and I think
Oh.
Goodreads is a 4-star rating.
Oh, okay, so it's not the worst thing
No,
according
so I'm
to
gonna read you the synopsis of this. It says, the year is 1988. High school sophomores Abby and Gretchen have been best friends since 4th grade, but after an evening of skinny dipping
Ooh.
goes disastrously wrong, Gretchen begins to act different. She's moody, she's irritable, and bizarre incidents keep happening whenever she's nearby. Abby's investigation leads her to some startling discoveries, and by the time their story reaches its terrifying conclusion, the fate of Abby and Gretchen will be determined by a single question: is their friendship powerful enough to beat the devil?
Nice.
So maybe I'll read the book and then I'll watch the movie, and maybe I'll
Mhm.
hate all of it because I do enjoy hating things. It
Yeah,
also it also says the reading age is 1 year and up. I'm like, I don't
yeah. I
don't
don't know that
know.
that's ever true.
So
I'm
we'll
not
see.
sure the
But
online rating things because you go to like if you're shopping on Amazon and I need a I don't know, like have you tried to buy a toothbrush on Amazon?
no.
So if you happen to go to something like something that you wouldn't buy on Amazon, like you go to a dollar store or a CVS or something and find it everywhere, but you can find it on Amazon and there's always like 12,000 reviews for this thing that no one has bought on Amazon. So I'm kind of going like, I'm not sure what the value of these reviews are because they're probably not real anyway. So, go into this thinking like, hey, don't be swayed by what other people ostensibly think. Julie.
Well, I didn't when I bought it because I just like the cover of it, and I thought, yeah, I'll buy that. Um, so we'll see how this one turns out. But for that quick Dukes of Hazard left turn that I did into the neighbor's cul-de-sac, in total I spent $8, and I got some fun activities that I can do in the evenings, and reading a book and decor and artwork. So super excited about it. And also kudos to my neighbors for having a joint effort in bringing in a lot of foot traffic to a really good sale. And
Yeah.
they still had people coming into the cul-de-sac even when I was leaving, and I probably got over there around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So who knows what they actually had earlier in the day. But yeah, it was good sale.
It sounds like a good haul and not a lot of money spent to get what you got. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I had for this week, Jake.
Well, thank you for sharing the haul, Julie. We'll see you next
Yeah.
time.
Bye.